Welcome to this current affair topic and the political lecture series. In this lecture, we will take the relationship between the governor and the chief minister. So, what happens? This governor is appointed by the president, and the president appoint with the consultation of the group of or the council of ministers, where the prime minister is also involved. So basically it is that the governor is representing that representation from the center, that is chosen by the center, and chief minister is of either of the same party, that is the central party, or maybe of because of the opposition one. So when the party that the chief minister belongs to the same party, there is no issue. But when the chief minister is of another party or the opposition party, and the central in power is the another party, so there used to be clash between those powers, and due to this many a times disputes used to occur. So recently a letter was written by the governor of Maharashtra to the chief minister over the latter's decision to be keep like worship placed closed in the wake of the COVID-19. So this was the news context, that is the current news affair, and on that basis we are going to talk about the relationship between the governor and the chief minister. So that's why I have told that this lecture belongs to the polity also and the current affair. So moving ahead, so before moving ahead, I just request you to please like and subscribe this channel. This is a new channel, so I need your support. So what is the governor and the chief minister? The CM of Maharashtra right now, as per the current affair topic, so the CM of Maharashtra has decided to all the religious places to be shut down during the COVID, and he has every right, like chief minister of Maharashtra has the right to do this, like this, take a decision again, that he can take the decision that during this pandemic time of situation he can close it, because if any major issues or the number of cases is going to increase, then ultimately this will fall on the Maharashtrian government. So that's why, so he has every right to take this decision, but the governor has sent a letter to the CM regarding query for the reason behind this decision. So it is, this thing should not be seen that governor is acting on the instruction of central, because this decision of like this power to ask the question, reason behind this act, is also have a right to governor, like governor also have the right to ask the government regarding any decision. So governor is nothing but it is a constitutional body and it is independent, so he should not be act like a mouth of central government is telling, that it is claiming, but this governor has right to ask the question. But the question is coming, the conflict is acting, that this governor is asking the question on behalf of the central government, because they want to just tackle, as an opposition they will criticize all the acts done by an opposition party. So that's why it has been taken as that the governor is doing in the force of or in the instruction of the central government. But it is not like that, because this governor also have the power to ask the question. He can ask the question. Yeah, if he is doing something against it, if governor is going to take any action against the Maharashtrian government because of this act, then we can call this as an act of where the governor is acting in the instruction of central. Okay, then we can tell those things, but right now as per this question we can't tell. Okay, but long back from history, such types of claims is coming, and sometimes these claims have been proven also. So that's why many a times Supreme Court has also instructed to make governor as an independent one. We will see in this lecture too these things. So if the state government and the central government party is same, then there is no issue, but if they are from the opposition party, then there is a clash. So that's what create a problem in the governor and the chief minister. So further, governor has the power, like if we want to see the power of the governor, so governor has the power to prove the ruling party to prove its majority. But sometimes it has been seen when the governor, that is when the central party and the state party are of the same government, then government does not initiate for proving the majority. It has been seen like that also, that sometimes governor does not initiate, does not ask to prove the majority on the floor. But even if they both are the opposition party and it is clear that sometimes that opposition party of that particular state may prove its majority, then also governor sometimes used to tell that prove its majority on the instruction of the central government. So such types of claims used to come. So governor has the power to prove the ruling party to prove its majority, but sometimes under the essence of the central government he gives more time to chief minister of ruling same party state to prove its majority. Okay, that when some claims happen that just prove your majority and this party belongs to the same or the central one, then sometimes it has been seen that governor is giving more time to the ruling party in the state. So this leads to, because if you are giving more time means this will lead to involve buying and selling of the MLS. That's what happened. And this is something called politics. This is the black side of politics. Okay, so the further so the lots of Supreme Court rulings came up and make up governor office to be independent. Many times Supreme Court orders have begun, and we will discuss those orders too, that just try to keep governor office independent. Okay, so it has been further observed that judges have been appointed as governors in the form of reward by the center, which results to be a lots of controversy. These things have also been seen. So a jurisdiction was also have been claimed, like in the past, that Supreme Court judge should not come into this field, into that field. So at that time Supreme Court came front of that, you can't change such rulings. So there is something kind of monopoly also present in the Supreme Court judges appointment. Like from long back only, the appointment of the judges in the Supreme Court is also in the controversy, because the Supreme Court judges are involved in choosing the judges only. So it means that they are choosing themselves. So that is what we will discuss same things in the politics lecture. But it is true that the appointment of the judges for the Supreme Court also is or the High Court is also controversial, because the Chief Justice of India is involved in selecting the judges. So these are one of the conflicting zones in the Supreme Court appointment also. So what are the measures required in making of the governor and the chief minister relationship? So the relationship between the governor and the chief minister needs to be healthy, because if you are fighting between themselves, then who is going to hamper? Ultimately the public of that state will going to face the consequences of it. Okay, so now Supreme Court, the only hope to monitor the conduct of the government, and office of the governor is subjected to criticism over the use of discretionary power. So but remember one thing, yes, it is true that governor can impose emergency in the state, but there is a certain condition that for the imposing of the emergency. Like if governor is imposing emergency in any state, then Supreme Court may come and it will validate on what ground you are imposing emergency in the state. Is there any law and order situation is going to hamper, or is there any external threat to that state? So in that situation, if those kind of validation, if those kind of conditions are not being satisfied, then the Supreme Court will say that revoke this emergency and make the government coming into the state government come into the ruling power. So that's why it is telling that. So to measures required for the better relationship between the governor and the chief minister, Supreme Court should come it as a monitoring agency. Okay, so the office of the governor is subjected to criticism over the discretionary power. As per the constitution, governor has to act according to the aid and advice of the council of ministers headed by the CM. Earlier, like apart from this emergency situation, if you take any other decision, like president, also like prime minister and the council of minister suggest the president to sign on all those documents, whatever the requirements. In the same manner, governor is acting in the state where it will take decision, as per the constitution, whatever the decision will be taken within the state, it will be done as per the aid and the advice of the council of ministers, which will be headed by the none other than chief minister of that state. Okay, only when there is no clear majority or president rule has to be recommended or certain bill has to be sent for the president, then only on this condition discretion can be exercised. So that, see, discretion of that governor is exercised only on the condition of the emergency, but it is not like absolutely your discretionary power. You have to prove. Supreme Court may interfere in that situation when you are imposing presidential rule in that state, that what are the reasons you are imposing that presidential rule in that state, and those conditions should be satisfied. Okay, so the constitution emphasizes that office of the governor should be remain independent of the politics and less controversial when the same political parties rules at the center and the state union territory. That is the normal thing. If the same party is in the center and the same party is in the state or the union territory, there is no issue. But if the opposition party is ruling, then there will be so much clash. Like if you see in the Maharashtra government right now, in the center there is a BJP, but in the Maharashtrian government there is a Congress. So that's why there is a too much clash. Okay, so in the arrest of the Arnab Goswami, that Republic TV anchor, so in that also BJP was jumped. So that is something that politics kind of things has happened. So that's why we have to keep governor as an independent office. Okay, and the discretion to the governor to impose emergency in the state, it is not like blind discretion. Supreme Court can check, and if the condition is not satisfied, then that emergency can be revoked. Okay, so what are the Supreme Court rulings yet regarding that governor and the state relationship? So Supreme Court ruled that the office of the governor is not subordinate to the central government. That is, it is telling that it is not the subordinate of the central government, it is an independent institution. Don't treat as a subordinate of the central government. Yes, it is true that it is being appointed by the president, and president appoint on the suggestions of the council of ministers that is present in the center, and the council of ministers is headed by whom? Prime minister. So, but treat them it as an independent constitutional office. It is an independent constitutional office. Don't treat it as a subordinate of the central government. Okay, let me pause this lecture. I am getting some calls. So this is what it is, not the subordinate of the central government. Sorry for this small glitch. So but never agree these things in your answer. That's why I have explicitly mentioned here that never agree with these things in the answer sheet, that it is acting as a whim and fancy of the central government. No, if you are mentioning like that, it means that you are against the government. Okay, it is just for your concept. You can mention that there have been some instances where the governor act on the instruction of the central government. There are some instances, but it is not true. Okay, there have been some report, or you can mention like due to some from some media reports there was some claim on those issues. Okay, so you can use, there have some cases where the central government had used this post of governor for PT work. So if you see the example, Sarkaria and the Punchi commission had recommended the independence of the office of the governor and the political neutrality. So here you can remember this commission, Sarkaria and the Punchi commission. So where they recommended what? They recommended independence of the office of the governor and the political neutrality. They talked about this commission, talked about this one. Okay. Now, Nabam Rabia judgment 2016. Supreme Court. In this judgment, Supreme Court said, remember all these judgments. This will enhance your answer and it will give you extra marks. Okay, so if you want extra marks, remember these all judgments are very important and it will come in your prelims too. There is a very much probability the answers the questions will come, like in the past Sarkaria and the Punji commissions based questions have been come. So Nabam Rabia judgment 2016 Supreme Court, where it has said that exercise of government discretion, Article 163. Yes, it is dependent on the government discretion for the imposition of emergency, but it is limited, and his choice of action should not be arbitrary. Remember, arbitrary, it is not like that right now I want emergency, I will implement it. No, it should not be arbitrary or fanciful. It must be a choice of dictated by a reason, actuated by a good faith, and tempered by a caution. Caution should be there, alert should be there if you are implementing any decision on the basis of Article 163. That is what mentioned in the, that is what declared in the Nabam Rabia judgment in the 2016. Okay, now Administrative Reform Commission of 1968, it recommended that the report of 1968 recommended that the report of the governor regarding the precedent rule has to be objective. It has to be on certain conditions that is being satisfied for the presidential rule, and also the governor should exercise his own judgment in his regard. It should not be done under the instruction or the pressure of the central government. That's what was given in the Administrative Reform Commission of the 1968. It was given by which? Administrative Reform Commission of 1968. So what Nabam Rabia Judgment Commission said in the 2016, it said about the discretion of the Article 163. Administrative Reform Commission of the 1968, it represent what? That presidential rule should be objective. Now we will see Raj Mannar Committee 1971. Okay, so it recommended that the deletion of the Article 356, where arbitrarily presidential rule in the state in the 1971, remember the time, in that time the India and the Pakistan and the Bangladesh was bifurcated. Okay, where the Bangladesh got independence during that time. So in that time, this committee recommended the deletion of the Article 356, arbitrarily presidential in a state, which recommends that arbitrarily presidential rule can be imposed, like without any reason it can be imposed. And 357 from the Constitution of the India, the necessary provision for safeguard against the arbitrary action of the ruling party at the center, article is 356 and should be incorporated in the constitution. Like necessary provision safeguard should be given in the, if any arbitrary action is being taken under the invoke of the article 356. Further, it said that the governor should not be act like a agent of the center but the constitutional head of the state. This is a very important line and this can come in your prelims too. Okay, now Sarkaria Commission 1988, lots of questions have been come, repeated questions have been come at the Sarkaria Commission. Remember this one. So it was in 1988, it recommended that the Article 356, the same article, arbitrarily presidential rule, it recommended that the Article 356 should be used in a very rare case when it becomes unavoidable to restore the breakdown of the constitutional machinery in the state. In that situation only this Article 356 should be invoked. Okay, and this commission recommended that before taking action under Article 356, a warning should be given to the states so that a required action would be taken by the state machinery only. And if then after also a state is unable to overcome the machinery or the handle the state issues, then you can impose the Article 3, then you can impose the presidential rule under the Article 356. So a warning should be issued to the state government that it is not functioning according to the constitution. Earlier it was like CM or the council of minister was not being able to inform, and directly presidential rule was imposed in the Indira Gandhi time. After that only this commission recommended that it should not be like the will and the fancies of the Indian government, that the on the governor, like governor have to inform the state machinery that if you are not going to control this, then we will impose the presidential rule. Earlier when the Indira Gandhi imposed the emergency, it was like that DC directly imposed the emergency. It should not be like that. Warning should be given, because if you are working on your discretionary power, then it is not appreciable. It is not come under the democracy. And these things, the presidential rule has been imposed to act our government as a unitary one. When emergency situation open, but actually we have a federal. That's why we used to say that our Indian constitution is a quasi-federal, that normally we are a federal one, but when something happens on the security for the country or the democracy or the sovereignty on the country, some attacks happen on a particular region or in what kind of situation, then our country will act as a unitary one. That's why we don't call our country as a federal country, but as a quasi-federal. And but this quasi-federal should be a condition when we act as a unitary. It should not be like on the will and the fancies of the governor. Okay, so that what Sarkaria Commission recommended, that it should not be like on the will and fancies of the governor. Now Justice V. Chelia Commission 2002 recommendation. Okay, so Article 356 must be sparingly and used as a remedy of the last resort of exhausting all under the Article 256, 257 and 355. So it is saying that this should be used as a last remedy. Okay, and someone has recommended also to remove this one. Okay, so just remember, like these all commission or committees are saying, or the court verdicts are saying in the same manner. It is saying the same thing in a different language. Okay, so the Punchi Commission of the 2007 recommended that these Article 255 and 356 should be amended. It sought to protect the interest of the states by trying to curb their misuse by the center, like center can misuse this machinery, okay, by imposing the presidential rule and all. So Bomai verdict allows the Supreme Court to investigate claims and malafide in the governor's report. Which verdict allows Supreme Court? Like earlier it was not like that Supreme Court can jump into this, like if governor has imposed presidential rule, it was not that Supreme Court was going to question. But after the Bomai verdict, this allows Supreme Court to investigate claims of malafide in the governor's report. Supreme Court can question why you are imposing presidential, what are the reasons behind it. If the reasons are not valid, presidential rule can be revoked. So it means Supreme Court can question why presidential rule was imposed, but it can look into the merits of the declaration of presidential rule. If the merit is true, if the merit is found justiciable, then the presidential rule will be applied, otherwise not. So it is the fear of the judiciary that act the protecting of the state. It is the fear of judiciary that protects the sovereignty of the state. Okay, so what is the conclusion we made? So there is a need to focus on the concerns that have bearings on the public policy. What is required is to look into the rational framework of public policy that are framed under the constitutional ideas. Like if there is some article that can go against it, so we have to look upon it, we can amend it. Okay, otherwise we have a Supreme Court to look into it. The basis of the relation between the governor and the chief minister should be accommodate the aspirations of the common people, and further, governor should be seen as an independent one, not an agent of the central government. Okay, for both the governor and the state, prime focus should be on the rational resolution of common issues, and any deviation from this would not only be detrimental to the public cause but also will harm the dignity and the legitimacy of the public institutions that you are holding. Okay, so that was there only in this lecture. I hope you have liked this video. Please like and subscribe. Your subscription is a form of payment for me. If you have any suggestions, if you want any on-demand video lecture, please feel free to ping on my Twitter handle. The link is given in the description. Thank you.